Hey everyone, this is Rachel, and this is it, folks. This is the last layout I need to make for my Disney album that I've been working on for about 2 years now. I had to give it a break. Uh, Now, normally when I make a trip album, I do use one line, and I think I kind of OD'd on the Say Cheese and Say Cheese 2, which is what I used for my entire album. I made a kit, and I've been working from it. And I received as part of a kit from the scrap room, the Echo Park Magical Adventure. So I did add the sticker sheet. I don't have any of the papers left after I used it for my kit, but I did add the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. I just folded it in half because I don't have a ton of embellishments left. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on it. I already know I'm going to use this paper here for my background, and then I've got these 5 photos. One is a 3 by 3, and then the other are all 2 by 3. So it's about, heading home. So I'm going to go ahead and get you guys on fast forward. Just remember, it does get a little bit louder because me talking in real time to you versus me doing the voiceover. I try to equal it out, but it doesn't always work. So just be prepared, it might get a bit louder. Okay, ready? Let's get going. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to go ahead and back my 3 by 3 photo on this diagonal stripe paper. I'm actually going to end up backing all of my photos on that paper. Originally I thought maybe I'd use more than one, but with the Disney album I was trying to keep it pretty simple, and I'm just showing you that I printed out my journaling twice, once as a block and then once as strips, because I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it. So here's where I'm deciding what paper to use to back my photos. And as I said, I tried to keep the majority of this album very simple. I don't use any mixed media on it. I matted a lot of my photos. I'm also a big fan of diagonal stripes. I was just making sure that they were all going in the same direction, because that would really annoy me if they were going in opposite directions, or it would drive me crazy. That's something that would drive me nuts. Okay, so now that I'm matting these last 2 photos, I will talk about, in general, to try to keep a cohesive look besides just using the Say Cheese and the Say Cheese 2 line. I also tried to do things like there are enamel dots on all of my traditional pages, and there is wood veneer on all of my traditional pages. So I kept this particular piece of paper for this last piece. I just thought it was really pretty and a nice way to end the layout. And I'm going to play around for quite a bit of time trying to figure out where to put these photos, because I have the rectangular photos, but I've got that curved ear in the lower right hand corner. I'm trying to, figure out a way to put them where there isn't a weird gap. And I think this comes close to where I'm going. And yeah, I think this is where I end up with. I think that's pretty much where they end up with. So I'm going to go ahead and start looking at some embellishments, because I'm not quite sure what I want to do. I've got that big ear, and I think I want to do some embellishing there, but I'm not sure. I do pull out this tag, this layered tag that's part of the Say Cheese 2 line, and I've known since I started this album what I wanted to have my title be for this last page, and that is Bound for Home. It's always a sad time when you realize your vacation is over. So, and I'll mention this in my album share, which I've already filmed, so I know I'm going to mention it. I always pre-write all of my journaling when I do trip albums. When I get home and I start editing my photos and I decide what I'm going to do for my layouts, I go ahead and I write all my journaling then. Because that way, even if I don't get to the album until a year or 2 years later, the way I remembered it from the trip is the way I'll journal it. So all of my journaling was done right when I printed these photos. That wasn't directly after my trip. I was not scrapbooking right when I took this trip. I had taken a break due to illness, but when I decided to make an album back in 2015, that's when I wrote all my journaling. So I take this word magic from the sticker set. This is the 6x12 sticker, not the full 12x12 stickers. And I originally thought I would do it I had the same word in the die cuts, but the stickers were slightly smaller, so I went ahead and did that. I got the rest of my photos glued down, and now I'm just getting that last one in the bottom corner. Now that one is not from the last day. That's actually from one of our Epcot days that was taken in Morocco. But I thought, because on my first page, I have a picture of the three of us that went on the trip, on my last page, I wanted to do the same thing. Now, up behind that tag, I just added that cloud sticker. It's more just for having something there. It's not really meant like to specify a cloud. It's just kind of like a background piece. And then I used that bow sticker. And basically what I'm just doing is a cluster of different stickers. So I've got that ampersand and the geotag, and now I've pulled out that little sticker that says see you real soon, and I thought I would use that Mickey hand, but I don't like the way it looks all by itself. So I find this Instagram style camera, and I go ahead and add that also as a layering piece to go under my hand, or well, Mickey's hand, you know what I mean. So I'm looking back at my stickers. I really don't have a lot of stickers left at all. I mean, thank goodness this is my last layout, because there is like almost nothing left on almost everything I originally had. So, oh, I did not mention those butterflies are not from the Sage Cheese line. A friend of mine sent me a whole bunch of punched butterfly shapes right around the time I started this album, so I just threw them all in there. So on most of my pages there are these little die cut butterflies. I'm pretty sure they came from a Martha Stewart punch. Alright, it is time to finish up work on my title, and I'm using these Dear Lizzie. These are from a couple years ago. I don't remember what line they're from exactly, but there's two sets of mini alphas in there. One is white with gold lettering, and then the other one is gold with white lettering. So I went with the white with gold, and then I'm going to choose these thickers, and these are called, I think they're called Rosie? No, Cloud. I'm misremembering which alphas I used. I used Rosie on a layout. I think it might be my next layout. I'm not totally sure. But one thing that's really awesome is when you want to make sure you have a perfectly lined up title, use a pattern paper that's got a grid design in the back. That makes it so easy, it's not even funny. Alright, now it is time to get my journaling, and I decide I'm going to go for the block journaling rather than the strip journaling because there's so much black on this layout, but I've got that pop of the white tag over on the left-hand side. The big block of white isn't a big deal. And now I'm finished, and I am doing a little dance party in my chair because this was a long, hard-fought one battle of an album. Alright, folks, that is it for me. Thank you guys so much. Stay tuned for my album share coming up within the next couple weeks. Alright, folks, see you later. Bye!